again. It's Dave from Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. I'm TV's Dave Galvin, and welcome to another episode of the Travel Secrets podcast, where I'm going to spill some tea on travel trends, tricks, and occasionally get things that tried to kill me on a vacation. Today's episode is cruise ships versus river cruises. Ocean or river, buffet or bistro, floating mall or floating mansion, we're getting into it. So, if you're wondering whether to sail on the high seas or take a leisurely glide down the Rhine, buckle up, or should I say life vest on, because we're about to compare these two cruising worlds like it's Celebrity versus Viking in a no-holds-barred floating cage match. With that said, if you want to book either or, go to timeforyourvacation.com, and this good-looking bald guy will be there to book your trip for you. Let's get started. When I say the word cruise, most people picture giant floating cities with 15 decks, 47 bars, a water park, a casino, a couple of zip lines, and some guy who's drunk and thinks he can actually sing doing karaoke at 11 a.m. These are Carnival, Royal Caribbean's, Norwegian, Princess, Disney type of cruises. Pros: entertainment overload. There's Broadway-style shows, there's comedy clubs, bingo, art auctions, trivia contests, and at least two people dressed like pirates. There's something going on generally all the time. Big cruise lines often offer insane deals like 7 nights for the cost of 1 night at a Holiday Inn near an airport. You know, those kind of deals. So you can get more for less. There's also tons of dining options. Buffets, steakhouses, sushis, bars, midnight pizza, soft serve on tap. You know, you'll gain weight just reading the menu. And they're great for families and groups. Water slides for kids, alcohol packages for mom and dad, and karaoke to test the strength of your marriage. The cons are actually very simple. There's crowds everywhere. You haven't lived until you tried to elbow your way to get a slice of pizza with 3,000 other people. The mega ports are giant tourist traps. You dock at major ports with thousands of other cruisers. You know, hello t-shirt shops, people yelling, cheaper than Walmart. It's really overwhelming. And then, of course, there's the nickel and diming that every cruise line does. You want a soda? That's going to cost you. You want Wi-Fi? That's going to cost you. You want your room to not smell like fried shrimp? Well, you know. So river cruises is sort of the elegant underdog. Let's talk about those. These are sleek, classy vessels that glide down rivers like they're too good to even acknowledge the ocean. Think Viking, Emma Waterways, Uniworld, Avalon, stuff like that. The pros are it's scenic all day, every day. You're not staring at water for 3 straight days. You're sipping wine while floating past castles, vineyards, charming villages. Basically, you're in a Hallmark movie. It's intimate and it's quiet. It's 100 to 200 passengers maximum. There's no water slides, no belly flop contests, no screaming toddlers, hopped up on soda. It's a bit quieter. And you dock right in the heart of cities. There's no tenders, no shuttles, no industrial ports. You step off the ship and you're literally in town. All-inclusive vibes too. Most river cruises include wine with meals, excursions, and Wi-Fi. You won't be nickeled and dimed like you're dating a slot machine. Also, there are river cruises all over the world. All over Europe, all over America, South America, Africa, all over the world for you to choose from. The cons, pretty simple here. It's very pricey up front. River cruises look expensive, but once you factor in what's included, the math may surprise you. Still, the sticker shock is real. There's less of a nightlife. If your idea of fun is blackjack and line dancing at 1 a.m., yeah, this ain't it. River cruises are more about wine and classical piano than tequila and conga lines. The limited destinations may also raise an eyebrow. Rivers only go so far. You're not hitting the Caribbean or Alaska, but you will conquer a river in Africa like a well-dressed Viking. So, which is right for you? How do you choose between these two very different experiences? So let's break it down. If you love the big shows, casinos, kids clubs, endless food options, party vibes, then ocean cruises it is. But if you prefer peace and quiet, culturally rich destinations, included excursions, small group elegance, actually seeing the places you're visiting, river cruises will then be your jam. So let's talk about cabins or staterooms, if we're being fancy, which we are. Here's the deal. Ocean cruises, you've got a lot of cabin types to choose from. Interior cabins are also dark boxes for vampires on a budget. There's ocean view, balcony, suites with butlers who will fold your clothes. No, I'm not kidding. They'll do that. The range is wild, even though the suites can sometimes feel cramped compared to hotels, and good luck finding a bathroom big enough to turn around in without elbowing yourself. River cruises, almost every room has a window. Many have French balconies or actual full balconies. There are full categories, but more specific, efficient layouts. Think tiny luxury hotel room instead of closet with a minibar. Pro tip, on river cruises, you're rarely in your room because the view from the lounge or sun deck is part of the experience. Destinations and itineraries. So let's break down the ports of call. Ocean cruises can take you to the Caribbean or every island in the world. Alaska, glaciers and eagles, everybody. The Mediterranean, Asia, Australia, even Antarctica if you're feeling spicy. But many of the stops are either very touristy or industrial ports where you're 45 minutes from anything pretty. You know, welcome to the Port of Naples. Please enjoy your view of dumpsters. River cruises, though. These babies dock right in the heart of the action. Okay, the Dunabi drops you off in Vienna or Budapest like a royal guest. The Rhine gets you castles, wine, and towns with names that sound like German chocolate bars. You can even cruise the Nile. You step off the boat and you're literally inside an Indiana Jones movie. River cruises are all about destination immersion. Ocean cruises are more about vacation mode with occasional land breaks. Okay, so quick Q&A. Let's take questions from a totally real listener that I definitely didn't make up for this podcast. Dear Dave, I'm 34, single, and I want to cruise without being surrounded by 200 screaming kids or 150 octogenarians doing Tai Chi. What do I do? Signed, Concerned Citizen in Kalamazoo. Great question, Concerned Citizen in Kalamazoo. If you're younger and looking to mingle, ocean cruises are where the action is. Just skip the Disney ones unless your idea of flirting is waiting in a line for Goofy. Try Virgin Voyages, adults only there. Swanky Vibe tattoo parlors on most ships. No, seriously. If you're craving quiet culture and conversation that doesn't involve Fortnite, river cruising is your speed. The crowd skews older, yes, but it's sophisticated, well-traveled folks who actually want to talk about books and wine and why the Prague is underrated. Ocean equals party potential. River equals peaceful posh and possibly in Germany. The next segment, smells, vibes, and unspoken truths. We have to talk about the smells. Yes, the smells. This is the real stuff they don't put in the brochures. Ocean cruise smells is like chlorine, fried food, and the mystery cruise hallway air that's part air freshener and part sadness. River cruise smells, fresh air, coffee, occasionally cheese, but good cheese. River cruises feel like a boutique hotel that floats. Ocean cruises sometimes feel like someone put a theme park and a food court inside a mall and then pushed it out into the ocean. And I say that with love. I'm not above a good chocolate fountain or a limbo contest. I just also enjoy the wine pairings with a sommelier who doesn't look like he moonlights as a DJ at Senior Frogs. So the verdict, or why you should try both. So what's the final word? If you're into high energy and tons of options and fun for the whole dysfunctional family, give us a call at timeforyourvacation.com and go ocean. If you're craving culture, comfort, and quiet luxury, river is the way. Honestly, I would tell you to do both. Make ocean cruising your spring break. Make river cruising your art-filled, wine-soaked fall escape. Balance the buffet with the Bordeaux. And listen, don't let anyone tell you cruising is just for boomers or newlyweds or people trying to eat 12 lobster tails in one sitting. Cruising can be what you make of it. Unless it's Carnival, then it's horrible. So there you have it. Cruise ships versus river cruises. Broken down with zero snobbery, a few cheap shots, and a whole lot of truth. If you liked today's episode, share it with friends who's debating between floating discos and floating libraries. Until our next episode, keep it classy, keep it curious, and never trust a buffet crab leg after 10 p.m. This has been Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvin. And remember, no matter what floats your boat, just make sure it's not sinking. We'll see you on Thursday.